Hi everybody, welcome to Jenkins Boat Works. I am Chuck Jenkins. This is the third time that I'm trying to do this opening. For whatever reason, I am very verbose tonight. This is a short video, and so the opening does not need to be very long. I am going to show you how I have laminated some mahogany to make an outer stem for our Yukon racing kayak. I don't think that it's really necessary, certainly not from a structural or strength standpoint. We've got the inner stem, we're gonna do an end pour, but I just kind of think it'll look cool. So I took some strips of mahogany and some epoxy and made a form, and we glued them up. And so we'll still have some work to do to attach it and shape it, but I thought you might be interested to see how we could do this without steaming it. So anyway, we're glad you're here. If you happen to be new to the channel, welcome, and please consider subscribing. Otherwise, we're glad you're back. Leave your thumbs up and your comments. It helps the channel greatly. Let's jump in. I'll show you how I can make this outer stem. We got most of the hull sanded down, and we're just waiting for a window to do our fiberglass work. Thinking about making a stem for this. It's kind of a cramped quarter here, but you can see that I've got this sanded down pretty good, and even right there, that is the actual mahogany inner stem. So we're flush with that. I can see it sticking through right there. So we're a pretty nice curve, pretty nice shape on there. You could steam bend a piece, but I don't think it's necessary. You could cut out a piece, and I'm not doing that either. What I am gonna do is take some of these mahogany strips that I just ran through the table saw, and these are not quite 1/8 of an inch thick. And so I cut out part of the pattern of the bow. Actually, I didn't cut it out altogether. It's right there. I just stuck some holes through it with some of this other scrap paper and then cut it out. And then mounted it on my board here. And I've used this to bend other wood. So I have some of these kind of blocks. I took some off, you can see laying there. And so I've kind of got this set up to where I can bend these sticks right around this. So I think I've got 5 of them, which should be plenty. I'm gonna mix up some thickened epoxy, put some wax paper around my sticks, and then bend them around this thing and basically laminate a stem. And so we'll have that we can fit on there later. These are, like I said, maybe not quite 1/8 of an inch thick, and they're about, close to 3/4 inch wide. I had measured the front end of this, and it was about 11/16 at the widest point down here. So this is more than enough. We'll have enough. We can trim it off. And I already kind of tested it. I can bend this. It's thin enough without breaking it. At least I haven't broken this one. I'm going to mix up some thickened epoxy and put it on there and clamp it down. We'll just let it set, and hopefully we can just make a stem like that we can attach onto the front of the boat later. All right, so I got some glue mixed up here, some epoxy, and a little bit of total boat silica, and also just sawdust. And so that's fairly thick. Let's get some gloves. Okay. That are more like tongue depressors. They're a little wider and they're a little flexible. So I'm just gonna do that. Now I'm using a slow hardener on this, so we should have plenty of time. And the more I spread this out, the more it's gonna slow down any reaction time. It's a little messy. I'm wearing my gloves, working over this wax paper. I got way more wax paper here than I need. I'm just gonna do it like that, put it over here on this. It's all wonky. Okay, so I'm going to come down on this end first. Make sure they're all pressed together and tight. Put that clamp on there. Okay, here goes nothing. That feels good. I don't know how good you could see what I was doing, but it's all wrapped in that wax paper. Now you can see that it's clamped down and to the shape of that piece of paper that we cut out. Here's this other little block I put in at the last second so I could push that over just a little bit. We could expect maybe a little bit of spring back on this when we take it off here, but I think I'm just going to leave this on here for a couple of days and let this epoxy really set up, and probably won't have much, if any, spring back. So anyway, hopefully it'll come out good. Okay, we glued this up a couple of days ago. It's just been sitting here, so let's see how we did. Doesn't appear to be too much spring back, so that's good. This wax paper's something's kind of stuck on here. Not too thrilled with that wax paper. That's terrible. We're gonna have to sand that off of there. We had a lot of squeeze out. Okay, we took this over the sander, got it cleaned up pretty nicely. Let's wipe this off a little bit. Oh man, look at that. That's some really lovely mahogany right there. You can see our lamination. Still clean it up a little bit more. We'll take it over there and, well, once the epoxy dries a little bit more, we'll see how this fits on there. But yeah, that's beautiful. Cool. If you like the video, remember to like and subscribe. We'll see you next time.